Hello, guys. This is the second episode of Social Accord presented by Humans of Giving. Firstly, thank you so much for the love and appreciation आपने जो भी दिखाया हमारे first episode में. And today we are in conversation with Agatha Sushila Vyas, who is the founder of NGO Amcha Ghar. The NGO was established in 1996 to provide a safe space for orphan girls. Amcha Ghar provides shelter to such girls until the time they get independent and stand on their own feet. At present, it has 25 girls. Sushila Vyas, Agatha Sushila Vyas was also recognized in the list of top 10 women entrepreneurs of India by Forbes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. And ma'am, in the starting, I really want to know कि आपकी journey कैसे start हुई? What was the beginning step you took?
Okay. Hi. Let me pronounce my name properly. Agatha Sushila Vyas.
Okay, I'm so sorry for that.
It's okay. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me for this platform. And well, I like to share how did I start, why did I start this, the kickstart for this project.
Yeah.
Actually, I never ever thought in my life to do this sort of activities. But the life and the time and the circumstances had made you to come to this conclusion. Well, of course, I wanted to always do social work. And, I'm basically from Rajasthan.
Yes,
So
ma'am,
there,
I heard about it.
girls were not educated. And like my father was very far-sighted person. So he said, no, I am going to train my my daughters. Like your 4 daughters. And the whole village was against my father that time. I can imagine. And so the dream was that I would teach the girls, sitting under one tree and train them and teach them and educate them. I never ever thought I would come to Bombay and meet the girls at the streets and the slums and all that. But well, I was working with street girls on the streets of Mahim and Dharavi, which is biggest slum of Asia, is so called. And there was a sexual abuse of a girl child. And in fact, I used to work in that same location, that pocket. And when I came to know, when I did some sort of a inspection or research, why, what, and how it happened, and this child told me like there's something happening which I don't like. And then when we investigated the whole issue, realized that mother knew about it, and she just kept quiet because there was no one to give her a food or a provision for the day. So she said, "Okay, let's let it go as it is." But this was like really heartbreaking story for me. Like how come a mother say that way? And then it just touched to your heart, and you really thought of doing something for this sort of a girls.
Right.
And where they can't, they are not safe even their own house. It's like that. Then I took the studies. I took up this mission and went around different places. Looked out, okay, how do I begin? How to reach there? What are the problems will be coming, and what difference can I make into their lives? Things like that. And that was the whole story how I began with this.
Right.
So I picked up the girls from that Mime streets.
Okay.
4 girls, brought them to my own house and learned to live along with the street children under one roof. And the journey has begun.
Ma'am, I want you to tell our viewers what Amcha Ghar is.
Amcha Ghar itself, indicates, if people of Maharashtra, if they listen, they understand this is my house. But people, those who are listening to this like from away, so Amche Ghar means my own house. I always thought like if I am working in Maharashtra, I should write the name where children feel belong. If I go to work in Gujarat, so I will write a word where the people of that country or that state will feel belong. So that was the whole aspect of it. And if you see my logo, it's like just like this, taking care of a girl child in a home. So that's very uniquely we have prepared that every girl child should feel belong, and a very family atmosphere. If you come and visit to my home, it's not an institution. What we have seen, like independent building or like there's some different sort of places. It's more of a homely. It's like more of a home. Nobody can tell this place is as a NGO. Of course, as per the rule, I have put my name, Amcha Ghar NGO or something like that.
Yeah.
But once you come inside the house, I mean, it's more of a it's more of a family atmosphere.
Okay, ma'am, you were telling
And
about
you should
your
come and
triggering
experience.
point. I will definitely. Whenever I visit Maharashtra, Mumbai, I'll definitely come and visit your NGO, Amcha Ghar. And
Yes.
indeed it is a great initiative. I mean, I have never heard of something like this. I'm sure there must be a lot of other things, but this is again a very unique concept and
Yes.
idea to present. Ma'am, as you were telling me, आपका जो triggering point था वो case था जो कि मैं आपकी website पे गई थी तो मैं देखी थी. You keep on telling about this particular story जहाँ पे you went to this girl and you were very much affected. Was this the triggering point, or you came across many such stories?
No, like while I'm a student of social work, so we have done a lot of studies, a lot of case studies and all that. But when things comes
Right.
in front of you, it comes like, we say, okay, there was a bombarded, there was a COVID, somebody died, but it comes to your own house, then it still touches your heart. And you feel
Right.
more, one part of this whole issue. And that was the only onset of my life. Because I would tell you, I finished, of course, my social worker studies. And thereafter, I did my management studies with my personal management, HR, and all that. And I wanted to join my husband's business, which is like in Mumbai, Kolaba, and a catering business. So I said, okay, fine, my husband is doing this business, so I would join it. But
Yeah.
the God's call for you is very different what we plan. Like we have different plans, but God's plans are different. And when I was supposed to shift from this to this, the God brought me this situation where, touchwood, that the situation like this, like even my husband supported me for this cause because he also was working for a long time into a social work college as a caterer, my profession. And then he supported me because he knew what I was doing, what I'm planning, and what I'm thinking about. So initially, of course, nobody supports, when your product is not known to people. So he supported me
Mm.
financially nearly 5 to 7 years. Even now, if like anything goes wrong, so we just pick up his pockets, and go ahead with life. It's like
Yeah,
that.
that's a good thing to take a note from. And ma'am, while visiting your profile and your website, I saw
Mhm.
girls are rehabilitated to Amcha Ghar. What are the background of these girls? Are they just physical abuse victims, or they are, they come from different backgrounds like drugs abuse or any such case?
We have children from very different backgrounds. There are a variety of backgrounds. And of course, earlier in 1996, I could take children as I thought they were the most needy children. But now the
Right.
child welfare committee is very much involved into this because it's a girl child project. So we are very happy with for that. People from the government are becoming very active and involving ourselves. I would say the children from different types of background. It may be broken families. It may be a commercial sex worker's child. It may be a colonel's child. But we always keep children a confidentiality. Like we don't even our trustees will not know, and either they will ask because we know children in need. No mother or father wants their child to go to the orphanage. So if there is some struggle, then only they would see. Even I personally believe like this, everybody should become a social responsibility, individual social responsibility. Every human being should have, so that these orphanages should be reduced and all child should grow totally in a normal proper family atmosphere, which is, I know,
Right.
becoming difficult these days. But I think there will be a time very soon where every young child, I mean, the young generation is becoming aware of it. I'm telling you. Like, maybe I would say, like, I have a lot of young people coming to us, our orphanage, supporting children for different types of activities. Like earlier it was used to be like, oh, this New Year, people will have blast at the beach or some hotels or something. But now there are a lot of youth. These children also need some sort of a joy or happiness, and they would like to come down and spend some time with the children. And of course we are with the children to look after them for safety and protections and all that. So children
Yeah.
from different background, but their confidentiality is maintained because government has certain clauses. Just based on those clauses only, they would send the children into the houses.
Okay. And what major activities are the part of Amcha Ghar to make these women and girls empowered?
See, I myself believe that if a girl child is educated, it was a proverb from Mahatma Phule. If a girl child is trained, or educated, the whole family is educated. But today I
Yes.
believe if a girl child is educated in a present innovative technology, I think the whole nation will be well scaled up.
Yeah.
And I believe, and I that's the main reason that I gave my children English medium education. And I said that's the biggest weapon. I have seen in life, like even if from a normal rich family classes, the girls go after marriage, there are lakhs and lakhs and crores of rupees are spent for their weddings. And after 2 months, the girls come back. She says, I don't want to stay with the family. There's some divorce. And I always prepare my girls, children only is the education and a good education, qualitative education. If you have that education, nobody can beat you, neither your mother-in-law nor your husband. Or if anything happens, because you already have a social stigma. This is like India. So India has to still, improve with a different sort of mentality, the mindsets that children, the girls are there, girls are from orphanage or girls are from anywhere, but if they are self-sufficient, they have better time to live or better way to live. So for me, is only education. If you are today, my children, those have been with me, those are like 3 years, 4 years old with me at that age. And they are, although they don't have parents or they don't have any relatives or, and I have only given them education. The children have finished their MBA, children have finished their ITA, children have finished their CA, civil engineering. Children are doing the higher, aspiring for higher education. And I'm glad to tell that there are many children, those who are willing to come back to Amchaka and support me, because me and my husband has planned not to have our own children, so that these girls will be our daughters. And of course, they call me mom and dad. We are mom. I'm mom of 100 plus girls, and I feel so proud of it. I will tell you one story if you have some time.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
from Rajput family, right? So
Yeah.
my parents, my mother especially, my mother never understood like what this girl is doing sitting in Bombay, and what is she trying to do. And first I told Mama, I'm going to bring the street girl to my house, and I'm gonna look after. She couldn't understand because all my sisters and brothers are in different profession like medicals and all that, and I'm the only one who was doing this sort of social work. And then she and I told her, okay, Mama, I will. You please come and see like what these children need, what they are doing, and what I am doing. And then she told me, Beta, you made right choice that not to have children of your own and looking after all these children. And she has now I appreciate for decision for this. So that's the way.
Yeah. Ma'am, on this note, I actually wanted to ask you one thing. In your journey of saving lives of such emotionally and physically traumatized women, what comments and criticisms or threats you have witnessed?
Yes, I remember my first experience. I was in Mahim, and this person who was abusing the girls, and when he came out of the prison, and he told my colleagues, I will look up this, the word he has used, ये चिकनी को तो मैं बताऊंगा कि इसने मुझे जेल में कैसे डाला. And that time, my fiance told me, it's better to move out from there and save many more girls. Or being there, you get killed by these people, those are no conscience. And so it's better that you move out from there and you save many more girls. And that was the reason that when I started this project, I left that Mahim area and I came to a different place and I started. Then we had a lot of issues, like when we had picked up the girls from the red light area, and when people came to know that the girls are being picked up, because how it happens, like in the sexual, when commercial sex workers mothers are working in the streets and they don't want their children to be involved into it, so they pick up the girls and they ask, people like us, please keep them a safe environment so that they could be educated. But the pimps, they are waiting for the girls to get ready so that they can make them a use of it. So we had 2, 3 cases where we have to really fight with them. We have to really move out the children, because even when we went to with the police and all that, so police will ask the children, what do you want? You want to go to mother who is selling out to you back to the other in the market, or you want to go to Amchaga? So the children always chose for the Amchaga. So those fights were always there. And I think life has challenges. It's maybe a different kind of challenge, but challenges every moment. It's a girl child project, so the challenges are there. It's never ending. But I think you have a good mindset and good, वो कहते हैं ना नियत अच्छी है तो खुदा भी ऊपर से आ जाता है, something like that.
जी जी जी.
So I think by the grace of God, thank God, 25 years, things have moved out beautifully, and we have a lot of blessings from the above, from the universe, and above all, my children are happy when I look at them, and they are happy, and that's my happiness. I don't need anything else.
Ma'am, the quote which says that with every negative comment you hear, you come out more strong. This definitely suits your personality and the journey you have been through.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
On this
Good.
note, there's a question which is coming in my head, and I really want to question this, that we live in a pre-inbuilt society where woman is seen in a certain form. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Sita. Perhaps the limitations forced on them are justified from the society. This idea can be justified.
Yes, I would say, I think um, women are looked differently in India. And I think we and
Yeah.
you are the young generation who will change the mindset of people. And everybody, if your colleague, your boyfriend, your brother, in your family, if everybody start thinking into this line, okay, let's have a change of mindset. Every woman is my mother or my sister, and then things would change. I would say government is making a lot of rules, but why this is not tricking to the human beings? It has to come from one's heart that woman is
Yeah.
beautiful, God has given you, it has its own action, it has its own mission to be into this world. So unless every individual person does not take their own responsibility, things wouldn't change. What rule may come, what things may come, what punishment may come, things will change, not change. Unless it touches to your heart, your mindset, your positivity of mind. When you look at a girl, it's beautiful, learn to appreciate, learn to accept as a person is, and things will change.
Ma'am, on this particular point, I think that talking about sex education now becomes more important. So, why is sex education seen as a feminist activity and not as an educating factor?
I would say again, India is is a feminist. Why do they call it? Because it's a mainly men-run society. So
Yeah,
first thing will come unless the responsibility doesn't come from everybody. Things will not. Mindset has to be changed, and mindset changing. I think the young generation is already changing. So maybe again the mindset change through education. So we need the education, and sex education comes to the feminist is only because of the mindset, because from the family, when the brother and sisters not compare, equality of gender comes into that. If this slowly, I think we are only coming into this. Maybe remote areas still we need to work on it. So slowly we will be coming into that. It would
yeah,
take short some time more.
yeah. What major steps you think should be implemented by our judiciary system? Yeah,
See, I am observing like recently the judicial system has said like a girl who is raped below for 12 years, there will be society, there will be बोलते हैं ना फांसी हो जाएगी उसको.
जी
So
जी
strict rules are coming out, but still rapes are happening. In my house now I have few people. In my village we have few people. So that sad part is there. Either that law has the education of law has not reached to the low class of people or lower section of such. Educated person will not do these things. So again, if you go into the vicious circle, is again education, which is most important. If education of the law is reached to the say the lower section of society, then things would change. And the law, whatever law is implemented and has brought up, the bills are brought up, will be more effective. Government will do their own duty, but every social sectors or every educator, every mother in a family, if she start educating their own children, I think things should change.
It is basically the mindset of everyone. I think that I've came across people and men who are educated and still they are, taunting, and they look women in a certain way, in an objective way, to be precise. So it is not, I feel like the change which government should, on primary level, should bring is to educate them on the level that in school you indulge into such programs which is actually bringing a change in the mindset that women are not objective. Like media also plays a role where we have been showing women in an objectified way. So yeah, you are definitely correct on that, that education plays a very big role on this. Moving ahead, ma'am, I've heard that you are doing research on bringing a safe space for women. So what, according to your research, needs to be changed in social thought about women, and how?
Well, I train my children a self-respect for oneself. I train children with a different type of karate or kung fu, and I also train my girls in my family that how they themselves become safe. It's nobody will come before you to safeguard you by learning, by listening to the experience of people, by talking, providing them different types of sessions. So the children themselves, every one individual person should also find out. You can't tell, oh, I can walk in the night and no, nothing will happen. I'm safe. No, you need to use your common sense. People say common sense is very uncommon because you need to use your sense. Like which area I'm going, which area is safe for me, which area is not safe for me. And there are so many incidents, and social media is making you aware. And yet you're saying, no, no, nothing happens to my boyfriend is with me, I can just walk around. No, what happens to your boyfriend? We have seen so many incidents. So why you go unnecessary? I would connect, personally, I believe that if you yourself is aware of your own responsibility, nothing will happen. And sometimes things happen because, when you, how you say, like people are educated and yet they do. I think that's only power good, nothing else. Because that mindset of people in society has not changed. They still think, okay, women said I can do, my power I can show. If I have more money, I can a beautiful girl, I can do anything for them. They will even bet for you, right? So I now with the education, with social media, I think there's a lot of awareness is given. And yet, if you are telling no, I am named to these things and nothing will happen to me, I mean, I wouldn't accept, especially with my children. I train them, be responsible, be respectful to yourself, and respect others' point of view also. So why the tension will come to you? And of course, if something happens to you,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
trained
definitely.
to disrupt different things.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. This mindset needs to be changed, and I completely agree with your point of social awareness. Me being a girl, I should definitely know which place is safe for me, and I definitely support the thought that okay, you should, if you are doing some work, or if you are roaming around the streets, it is your personal freedom of choice. You can do that, but again, you should know which place is safe for you and which is not, and you
Yes.
cannot just roam like ऐसे ही तो
Yeah, because
but moving ahead
मेरे
मैम,
को freedom है. Freedom
जी
with the
मुझे फ्रीडम है, मैं
responsibility,
जहाँ पे भी जाऊंगी वहां पे.
or freedom with responsibility is always appreciated. Every
Yeah,
freedom given by parents,
हाँ
the
actually,
responsibility should be taken care.
yeah, no, this is a feminist perspective which is radical feminist perspective. I see that इंडिया में जितने भी अभी रिसेंटली जितने भी डिबेट्स होते हैं अबाउट ऑल दीज टॉपिक्स, जो रेडिकल फेमिनिस्ट है वो बहुत वोकल होके आती हैं एंड वो बोलती हैं ये सारे पॉइंट्स व्हिच आई फील इज समवेयर इट्स it comes from a very they have been oppressed to a certain time period, and this is
Yeah,
just the frustration with saying. But again, we need to be socially aware of certain things which we cannot control. So
very true.
we cannot say that हाँ ठीक है, आपको फ्रीडम ऑफ चॉइस है, आपको फ्रीडम है, अभी आपको राइट है, तो आप इधर भी जाइए उधर भी जाइए. हमें सोच समझ के अकॉर्डिंगली फंक्शन करना होगा, which is
Then
again
you
a
have to take
very
the
good
consequence.
point. जी, which is again a very correct point जो आपने अभी बोला. So ma'am, how can we make more such safe spaces like Amcha Ghar for our daughters of India?
I would say every mother. I don't want many orphanages in our country. I want more families in our country. So every mother should train our male boys, give them proper education, that they should respect your own sister, and the whole mindset, like how you need to look at them. And if that is done, I think that's most safe place to stay everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like, I will surely not want many more orphanages where safety is there. No, every family should be a safe family for a child, for a girl child. And if every family is safe, I think all nation will be safe for a girl child.
This is a very difficult question which I'm going to ask you now. But I really want to see, because you are doing research and you are in this field, I just want to know your strategy or your analysis, what you think, that when do you think India as a whole will turn to be a Amcha Ghar for women?
Yes, all the young generation, all the young male and especially male, because the problem comes from the male. With all male, man person or male persons start changing their mindset, educating themselves. We have lived on this earth free. Let this girl child also live free, and things would change. And look, the coronavirus has changed everybody. So now things has become, it's not like 10 years, 20 years, things would change. If the nature wants, maybe who knows, some sudden change comes and the whole mindset change for people. Life has completely changed for all of us with this small virus which we can't even see. And whereas we are planning so many big, big things. Who knows if the nature does something like this? Will girls become more up to date? Girls become more forefront?
Yeah.
Or male have some different perception?
There's a lot.
So I can't tell you specifically, okay, it will take 10 years, 20 years.
There's a lot.
Difficult.
Yeah. There's a lot I actually want to talk about, but we surely don't have much time and we are running out of time. So आखिर में जाते हुए हम आपसे आपका आखिर में मैसेज जानना चाहेंगे जो आप हमारे व्यूअर्स को देना चाहती हैं.
I would suggest them, love yourself, love every human being, and respect them, and love and respect will return back to you. And this place will become a place of safety and protection.
Definitely. Thank you so much, ma'am. And ma'am, at the end, I want to tell you about Humans of Giving. It is an initiative taken by my teammates, definitely. And it is a place where we explore, recognize and archive the work of individuals who are doing something for our society, people like you. And I am so glad, to have this conversation with you. And this is my honor to actually indulge in this conversation with you and to know your concept, because again, it is a very, very beautiful thing to do something like this and to bring such a open-minded concept and to make aware people. The place you're working in again is a very difficult thing to work in slums, because I myself was indulged in such work, and I so understand that how difficult this task is. So thank you so much, ma'am, to be in this conversation, and I hope you loved our initiative. And what do you have to say on this, on Humans of Giving?
I was very happy. Yes, in fact, I was very happy when your colleague called me up. I said, good, the young generation is getting in a different way. And this was exactly, I'm looking out. If the young generation changes things, the world will change faster. So I'm really proud of all of you.
Thank you.
And getting into this sort of providing these sort of platforms where people can come and have different types of point of view. So congratulations to you also.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And I hope कि आगे भी जाकर के हम लोग आपके साथ कोलैबोरेशन में कुछ काम कर सके और आपको वॉलंटियर कर सके इन फ्यूचर. इफ whenever I am coming to Mumbai, I am definitely going to volunteer you. I'll try definitely. Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am, again for connecting, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, dear. Human Givings, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for actually connecting. We are so happy to have you.
Bye. Same here. Thank you, dear. Bye-bye.